right combination. The same has been true for Jeunesse. In the early years, I think, not our first year, but second years when we started to come to Thailand, Lawan is one of the very first GMs, international GMs that we hired. Me and Lawan began around the same time, I think Lawan about 8 years ago. And since then we've seen Thailand grow and grow and grow. But truthfully, we know Thailand, honestly, between us, last year was not our best year in Thailand. And right now, even in the room, we don't see our best numbers in Thailand. You know, recall last year in Thailand, we could do a meeting with 4, 5, I think up to 6,000 people at Expo. So Thailand has had, I guess, a challenge, a period of maturity, and now we're in a little bit of period of maybe transition, period of change. When I talked with the President, Roy, what he wanted me to speak on today, he said, Chris, I want you to go back to basics. He said, I want you to speak on the most important topic that Thailand needs to hear at this time. And when we look at Thailand, we look at the numbers, the statistics, everything that's happening in Thailand, we thought what Thailand needs to do right now, and also many other markets in Asia Pacific region, is we need to get back to basics. And the most basic part of direct selling, to have direct selling success, so this is my topic now, it is recruitment and duplication. It is really MLM lesson number 1, the first thing you learn if you wish to have great success in direct selling. So I didn't address these two topics, but first I want to tell you a little bit about myself. My job, I'm a professional direct selling MLM company manager, and I've been doing so for 20 years now. This is my 20th anniversary. This is what I have done for 20 years on stages all around the world for I think maybe now 5, 6 different companies. One thing I want you to know is I have never been a distributor. I have never been an independent distributor. I have only done this job. It's what I went to school, university, trained for, and I think I do my job very well. But I also understand very well your job as direct sellers. I understand the challenges and how difficult it can be. I'm similar to Lawan, I think the same, also has been direct selling, a manager only. Now there's something that is different between me and you. There's some part of my characteristic, and I wonder, would I be good at direct selling? I got this shirt I saw, and I thought, this is me. It says, I'll just do it myself. And this is the shirt that says, for every mum everywhere. Is there anyone in the room, they think they're the same as this? Anyone who wears this shirt? I just do it myself. Is this your personality? Is this how you operate at home as a mother? And is it how you operate into your direct selling business? Or are you a good delegator? Can you share responsibilities within your team? So I know for me, and I think Lawan too, Lawan works so hard, I can message her 11 p.m. and I think she will not answer me till the next morning, and then she answers me, and I know she works really hard, long hours on weekend, doing not everything herself. She has a great team. But when it comes to the basics, things you need to learn to be a good distributor, to be a good recruiter, and particularly a good duplicator, I'm going to talk about getting back to the basics. So, recruitment and duplication. Let me talk first about recruitment. If there's anything that Thailand needs to focus on right now, I think it is to get back to that recruitment. We have some amazing recruiters in the room, and you know who the very, very best recruiters are? It's those in the front row. Really, those who have made it to Diamond, and I have seen them recruit. I've seen different examples of all the leaders. I remember once in Prague, Budapest, on the Prague Mediterranean trip, I was walking through the airport, and I saw someone with a book, talking to some people with his book. And I went, hold on, that's Danet. I recognize Danet. And I thought, what's he doing on holidays with his book? And I thought, oh, he's recruiting. And I walked in and I thought, hold on, his English is not very good. I know that, but he's in Prague, Budapest, with his book, sharing the Jeunesse story, and he's recruiting, and I was so proud of him. And as I traveled to India, I've seen one of our diamonds in India. Sirapon, she goes everywhere. She told me, I'm going to be in Malaysia next week. You know the number one builder, in my opinion, number one builder right now in Indonesia is Giraffe from Thailand, traveling, building, and also is working in Vietnam. Jeff, what are you doing here? You don't even work and operate in Asia Pacific region, but you're on our trip in Athens, you come to Vietnam, you are building, you are recruiting, you are working with your teams. I'm proud of you. I see you also traveling the world, recruiting and then duplicating. That's what makes you sit in the front row. Expert recruitment, duplication. Now why is this important? I tell you why. If I ask you, how is your Jeunesse business? It's same as if you go to the doctor. The doctor says, how are you? They're going to put the finger on your pulse to measure your health. The measure of your body health, first thing you look at is the pulse. The measure of your Jeunesse business, the first thing I will ask you is, how is your recruitment? How is your recruitment? Are you recruiting? When is the last time you recruited someone? How much time are you spending on recruiting? Ask yourselves these questions because that is the health of your Jeunesse business. And I think sometimes we get carried away in different projects, travel, we had a great trip in Europe, and sometimes we turn away too far from recruitment. And we need to think, we need to get back to recruitment. Thailand, right now, needs to get back to recruitment. Why is that? Something will always happen, no matter how big you are, no matter how good you are, there will always be, in English, it's a difficult, uncommon word in English, it's called attrition. But here in Thai, I have no idea what it is in Thai, but attrition means there's natural decay or natural falling away, like a hole in the bucket, drip, drip, drip. There will always be people jumping out of your Jeunesse business. No one has 100% retention. So there will always be natural attrition, natural decay, natural leaking from your Jeunesse business. Not everyone stays. You always need to be topping up, and that is recruitment. No matter who you are, no matter how many diamonds, single diamond, double diamond, you have to, you must, you always will recruit. And maybe now there's a season to focus even more on recruitment. So, how do you begin recruitment? How do you launch your business? You see my rocket ship? I'm going to show you again. See the rocket ship launching? This is how we launch our business. So first of all, when you begin, you launch your own business, and you want to do that with a major blast. So when you begin Jeunesse, there's different tools to help you launch. You have third-party tools, different leaders to help you. You can start off with small group meetings, home meetings, one-on-one. You know, Thailand, you do this very well. I think you use your office for these types of meetings almost better than anyone. I think Singapore and Malaysia, Thailand is where like every night there's stuff happening in the office. Discover Jeunesse events, online presentations, Skype, webinar, and also retail customers. This is how you get someone to launch their business in Jeunesse. And then what you do is really the same thing over and over and over and over again. Number two, then you launch your recruits business with Major Blast. Each time you recruit someone, you then focus on that person because they need to blast off like a rocket ship. They need to use all of these tools to help them get that blast and then to help do that blast again and again. You need rocket ships going off every day in your business. So they're the enrolling steps. So leaders, they say this all the time. I went to their training. Paul and Kathy Pritchard, they say the person who makes the most presentations wins. If this was a competition, and some people view it as a competition, how do you win the competition? There's lots of things you can do, but I think it really boils down to the person who makes the most presentation wins. Every time Thailand shows that book, that is effectively a presentation. Every time you're meeting with someone, every time you invite people to come to the office here in Bangkok in an evening to hear a presentation, that's the rocket ships launching. So when you think, I want to win more, I want to have greater success, what you need to do, you just need to present more. Presenting is tied with the recruitment. That's how we get people to come and join and have share in the Jeunesse success. You know this story, the canary in the coal mine. It's similar to the pulse that I talked about. In early days in mining, when they didn't have fancy machines to detect the gases that would leak, humans don't smell so well and don't respond first to the gases, but they would bring the canary, they'd bring the birds down into the mine, and they'd watch the canary. And if some gases leak, the canary is more sensitive to the gases, then humans. So the canary will die first. And if they watch the canary and the canary dies under the mine, they say, quick, 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 get out, there's gases. And the humans can survive, they're not as sensitive. Same with the pulse. The canary is recruitment in your business. Watch the canary, watch your recruitment. Watch it for the numbers, the performance. Keep your eye on recruitment because that is the measure of the health of your business. And I say it again and again, I've always said it. If you're having a bad day, go recruit someone. If you've got a problem in your team, go recruit some new people. If someone comes to you and said, I'm just not having success with Jeunesse, you may think of many, many answers, but the number one solution, the number one medicine, get back to recruitment. Nothing feels as good, I think, as a distributor, is to have a good recruit. One good recruit, when that person comes on, so solid, so exciting. So the MLM secret of success and wealth, if we're to boil this down and say, what does it take to succeed and achieve in this business? If you're a newcomer, what does it take to move from the back row to the very front row as a diamond and a double diamond? If there is one secret, and this is not just Jeunesse, this is all direct selling. If there's one secret to learn, one secret to master, it is this.